President Trump has some upcoming negotiations that he has committed himself to. But I was wondering if you might just elaborate a little bit on what you've learned or of your examination of his private sector negotiating tactics. What was that style like? What were the pitfalls? What were the successes?
So early on, the negotiation he did that resulted in the Grand Hyatt Hotel at Grand Central in New York, and then Trump Tower, were really pulled off with a lot of skill. Many parties in those municipal negotiations, financial and political and otherwise, he had advantages. His father had a lot of connections. They had a fair degree of family money, but those were not easy to pull off at all. He was indefatigable in pursuing them, and pulled each of them off, not without bruising some of the people in the process. But I'd have to say, as a technical matter, it was impressive. As he continued as a developer, the record became much spottier, and he was quite prone to get into spats. So the deal that would have made him the premier developer in New York, he wanted to build something called Television City on something like 77-acre plot on the west side of New York. He needed quite a lot from the city, from Ed Koch, then the mayor, and fairly quickly got in a highly personal spat with the mayor all over the papers, calling each other names and so forth, and couldn't get what he wanted. And in fact, the money necessary to hang on to that became too much, and his investment had to be bailed out by Hong Kong investors, whom he subsequently sued after they sold the property for $1 billion. Relationships were, I think it's fair to say, very secondary to transactions, and not much sense that many people have of loyalty. So it was far more a focus of, could he be successful in the public eye? And where I think everyone would agree he's been very successful, unlike the real estate deal making in the later years. I think the reality TV and the brand building was remarkable.